Fancy seeing you here. I'm your host, Allie Ray, a serial entrepreneur and mom who loves building brands and raising babies. This is a podcast about being on brand and in season in every facet of your life. Each week, we dive into topics around business and brand development while sprinkling some hard-earned life lessons in there too. So if you love a good brand and a good breakdown, buckle up and come along with me as I sort of seamlessly switch between major life roles in an attempt to fulfill all the life dreams of a Type A Enneagram 3 millennial small business owner who wants to help other entrepreneurs and raise good humans. This is the Allie Ray Haylee Show. Welcome back to another episode of the Allie Ray Haylee Show. This one is going to be a little bit different for a few reasons. So I have never hosted a show or put out an episode where I wasn't doing the episode all by myself. But this episode is actually a recap of the recent Escape Conference that Kassie and I put on. And if you're new here, Kassie is my best friend in real life and also my business best friend. So we decided to start a business together called Escape Events, and it is an events business based around entrepreneurial education, not only reinvigorating the entrepreneurial spirit, but also giving the extra oomph in entrepreneurial education that is sometimes hard to find. And what we like to say is that's our fancy way of saying that we like to work hard and we like to play hard. But what I'm going to introduce you guys today is the night one recap of the first ever Escape Conference that took place last week, which was April 15th to the 18th in Louisville, Kentucky. We hosted the first one ever, so it was like, I don't know, the maiden voyage of the Escape Conference. And although I did not get an episode out last week, this episode is long enough to take up last week's episode and this week's episode. So buckle in and enjoy a little bit of background about the Escape Conference and what it was like to be in the thick of it. I am actually going to go ahead and leave Kassie's commentary as well as the affiliate commercials that she has included because her success is my success. So if you do end up going and using any of her codes, I hope that Trello and I believe Dubsado is the other one that she uses. I hope those work out for you. But all of that to say, this is a little bit of a different episode. So dive right in with me and let's get to it.
Hey everyone, this is Kassie.
And this is Allie.
And we are actively sitting on the floor of our suite in the bungalow what is wrong with me? I'm delirious. After our night one check-in and welcome event.
And it's interesting that we're actually recording right now because this was not even on our radar. Originally, we said we were going to do a recap episode, or I think as Kassie calls it, an after-action report, because we execute with military precision here at the Escape Conference. But as we were having a nightcap with one of our attendees who is a podcast producer.
Can you guys hear that? I hope you can hear that because that is behind the scenes. That is Claire pulling a backdrop underneath cover because it just started thundering and she was afraid it was going to get wet. So
at what time of night?
Yeah, it is 12:23 in the morning. But anyway, what Allie was saying was,
so we have an attendee who has a podcast producing and editing firm, and she was like, yeah, go back to your room and like do a recap at the end of the night. And we were like,
yeah, she was like, you're gonna forget. She's like, if you wait till the end, you're gonna forget the details. She's like, so go back and record.
So shout out to Haylee Gaffin of Haylee Gaffin Creative. Thank you for
the encouragement.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just want to take a moment to share a special offer from a tool I personally love and use, Trello. As someone who values organization and efficiency, I find Trello to be an incredibly versatile and user-friendly project management tool. It helps businesses and individuals stay on top of their tasks, collaborate seamlessly, and achieve their goals more efficiently. It's an essential tool for anyone looking to bring structure and clarity to their work and personal life. As a special treat for our dedicated listeners, when you sign up for Trello using our referral code, trello.com/CassieLane/recommend, you'll receive 1 month free. This fantastic bonus will help you jumpstart your organizational journey. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to revolutionize your project management and elevate your productivity. Visit Trello.com. That's Trello.com/CassieLane/recommend to claim your free month and start experiencing the benefits of Trello today. Real quick to set the tone, a huge hailstorm rolled in and Claire was scrambling outside as we're just like casually recording this podcast. So that's why we had to take a quick break. And then you can hear it in the background, and listening to this back, it is wild that we just kept recording. So let's start from the top.
Are we starting not pre-event, just actual event?
Yeah, I think actual event. I think we needed to get into the nitty-gritty of all that.
Okay.
So check-in was at 4 today. So we got up early and ran all of our last minute errands and started doing like last minute assembly stuff, but like it felt like a lot.
It did feel like a lot, even though we had like adequately prepared beforehand. There were some things that we just couldn't do, and
we just ran out of time.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been not sleeping, so we've been staying up super late, and it was just like everything got done, and like without even compromising like attendee seeing stuff. Like everything was done.
I think we would have gotten it done regardless of the amount of time we were given, but we perfectly timed it.
Yeah, I don't know how we did it. That also included each of us getting our makeup done, which was so nice. I'm so happy we did that.
Yeah,
like,
we look good.
Well, not only that, but like we had time to sit, because like you and I hadn't slowed down at all for days.
Including like eating.
Right.
I had 2 protein bars today.
and we found
3
half
pieces
of
of sushi.
And we found half of the protein bar just in your bed.
I am a toddler. And put my snacks everywhere.
So I think Allie's probably like biggest pain point, I'm going to go ahead and say it, is that she has lost everything today. Like just at some point in time, something has been looked for on Allie's part.
A cell phone, my car keys, a bag with a bra on it.
Yeah, they're just, every time you turn around, she's like, I can't find something. We're like, oh shit, okay. That rain is... Okay, you guys, you hear it settling in that I realize that it's not just rain. I'm like, what is happening out there? And poor Claire is just being pelted with hail. Okay, so we're back again because we realized it wasn't rain. It was actually hail. And did we help Claire? No. Did we watch her from the door and then try to scare her when she turned the corner? Yes. So that is that, I think. But she got everything. What we were talking about was getting all the things done. Attendees started showing up. Like, we're all ready. Like, let's zoom past. Nothing really happened.
We got our makeup done. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, and aside from not being able to find the phone, which I think we should talk about, that was the biggest pain point for you.
Yeah.
Nothing else like didn't get done. Like, we somehow pulled it together. Claire ran errands all morning. Oh, we can talk about tablecloths too, because that was probably my pain point.
That was your pain point? Are you the one out there steaming them?
Well, it didn't work.
I know, I'm aware.
It was my pain point that we just like kept trying to fix it, and then my mom just sat down in the sun and goes, I wouldn't judge you if they look like that, because she was clearly throwing in the towel.
But
and
also,
Allie came in and she goes, look out the window and look at that tablecloth that your mom just said was okay. And it was like
also,
it looked like
no, we had to back up. So I was hand steaming the 6x8 tablecloths. Yes. Don't mind doing that. But she said that we were spending too much time on details.
Her point was that like it was taking up too much time.
Yeah, and I agree.
Which it always does. We've talked about that.
Yeah, which was valid.
Time. And I will say, throughout all the events we've ever done, like
renting linens is always the answer.
Yes, because steaming, I would rather do literally anything else than steam linens.
Right. It just takes up so much time.
Well, according to one of our attendees,
she said that we'd iron them. You should always iron linens.
Shout out Danielle.
But here's the thing.
That also
I'm never going to iron a linen because I will never host an event without renting linens.
Anymore?
No,
this was last one because our tablecloths that Claire just pulled off the tables before they got rained on was plan C.
Yeah, it was plan C because I have a friend who has
backup. the ones that slip over the table.
Okay, so I have a huge tote of linens.
Nope. I guess it was plan D.
What was it for? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh. So the tables in the courtyard of the venue are picnic tables. And I ordered picnic table covers because they're bright red and we didn't want to have bright red in the pictures. So we got tan. And we got here, and for some reason the picnic tables have like 6-foot seat spaces, but they have the tables are 8 feet long. But so the covers for the chairs fit, or for the benches, but the covers for the actual tabletops were 2 feet too short. Then I had a whole container of linens that I brought with me, but I haven't used in a really long time. But I knew that there were a lot of linens, and I was like, oh, there'll be something in there. Like, what I failed to even think of, to be quite frank, is that they were all round.
Literally, I think it was on a to-do list to check the linens.
And I just never got to it before I left. Because I can't lift the tote, and the tote was in the shed. So Mark got the tote literally at 11 p.m. the night before I left out of the shed and put it in the truck. And I was like, oh, like, it'll be fine. Like, I knew they were all clean. I knew they were all like labeled. I knew we had them with labeled.
Circles,
I just didn't know that they were round. Then, at the suggestion of my mom, because she reminded me of our friend that owns a venue who uses drop cloths, and they look really nice. Like, they look legit. I went and did a Hail Mary at Home Depot and bought a shit ton of drop cloths to only realize that they're the wrinkliest things on the planet, and they are impossible to get the wrinkles out. So at that point, I came upstairs. I didn't ask anybody. I just came upstairs. I sat down on the couch, and I called the place where we got the conference tables and chairs, and I just said, I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Did you say the word pickle?
I did. And I said, we need linens for what we rented from you, plus 4 tables. And I said, I'll basically take any color, but here's my preference. And he was like, we'll hook you up. And Claire was already out, and I called her, and I was like, don't come back. Go back to the rentals place that you've already been to once today and pick up linens. And she said, Roger. She didn't even question it. So that was, I think, for me, it was just because it was like, we should have gotten to the rentals decision so much sooner.
Yeah.
Like, so after again, we will never do another event and not just rent linens.
Yep.
Even so that, like, so something that's happening tonight is that everybody ate dinner on the linens and now they have stains on them. I would almost suggest having linens for each day.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and just like throw them in a bag because they're really not expensive. Like it's not that big of a deal.
How many times have we steamed stuff to realize
it just every time we always complain about it.
What's the definition of insanity?
Yeah. So my mom has linens at her house, and she takes them and gets them pressed. Like, and that's the difference is that like the rentals company presses them professionally. So if I would have had mine pressed, aside from them being round,
the biggest thing was the shape.
Yeah, the shape was terrible.
And then second,
and we kept like my toxic trait is I try to make it work knowing that it's not gonna work. So I kept like trying to put it on the picnic tables different ways as if it was gonna make it
true.
Okay.
As if it was gonna.
We tried to like layer to
like if I turn it so many times.
And it's so funny that I had such mirrored conversations with you and your mom, because you were like, when you were trying to do the circle ones, you were like, it's okay, right? Like it'll work. Like, and I was like, well, I feel like it's gonna be weird. They're gonna be like kind of stepping.
With the drop cloths?
Yeah. And she tried to.
We just so desperately wanted it to be over like that.
Well, it was so funny because I thought the steamed ones, the ones that I steamed 2 of them, and I thought they looked not great,
right? But it was so much better,
acceptable. And then she was like, "Well, maybe we can get them like a little bit damp and put them in the dryer." And for 30 minutes,
it just made it worse.
It was awful.
Yeah,
it literally looked like a piece of crinkle paper.
It did. It did. I almost was like, if we do that to all of them, will it look like we did that on purpose? Like, I had that thought. Like, can we just make them look like they're supposed to be wrinkly? So we talked about linens, and we like ran too many errands surrounding linens. That was like my biggest annoyance of our
That's
morning.
true. We made multiple trips out.
Yeah, like it
to
just
fix it.
to fix a problem that was so easily solvable.
Yep.
Like Claire picked up the conference tables and chairs that morning, and she could have just picked up the linens.
The linens, yeah.
And they had like,
Did you run them from the same company?
yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, I did it because I knew they would know what we had, and
Right.
they would be able to tell us what. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this part. So I googled like Louisville linen rentals. This company pops up, and I call them. This lady answers. She's so nice. She's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, like we can take care of you. Like, these are the colors. And they had like hot pink and orange, beige and white. So she was like, we'll have them pulled for you. You can pick the color, blah, blah, blah. And I tell her, I'm like, this is what we have. And she's like, okay, these are the sizes that you need. She gets my billing information. She gets all the things. And whenever we go, she's like, okay, here's the address. It was in Indianapolis. For some reason, their company, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that happens all the time. So I rented linens, all but paid for them from a company that was in Indianapolis. And then that's when I called. That the place that we rented the tables from wasn't my first call. I had actually called and like mistakenly, and she was like, that happens constantly. So that was another thing that happened.
I did make a trip to Indiana today.
This was a perfectly timed segue from Claire as she is about to tell us about her ventures into Indiana. But I just want to reiterate, one of our biggest pieces of advice is just order the frickin' linens. Just do it. Okay, now let's hear from Claire. Yeah.
I did cross the state line to
go
pick stuff up.
Okay. Second prep pain point for me is that we have a display wall that we want to have up on Wednesday for our Louisville showcase night. And we could not find anything to put things on. Is it weird? No, this will come out like after, right?
Yeah.
So we have Cheval shoes. Are you okay?
Mosquito?
Oh. Yeah, she smashed a mosquito on her hands and then showed it to us, and like we were playing cops and robbers. Like put her hands up. But we have Cheval shoes that are like cowboyish, and we want to have like a shoe wall as the photo backdrop for that night. And we'd intended to put them on a slat wall with acrylic shelves. Slat walls are so expensive new, and we would find them on Facebook Marketplace to rebuy, but nobody would respond to us. So we went back and forth on like what to do. We had like this has gone on for weeks, like looking for this, and we finally were just like, we're buying like a bookshelf or like some type of shelf, and found one 2 days ago. And we were like, okay, we're going to pick it up at 4. And she was like, the person on Facebook Marketplace was like, okay, 4. I liked the response. And then the lady sold it out from underneath for me because I didn't type the words, okay, see you at 4.
I think one of my biggest pain points with Facebook Marketplace is people who don't understand Facebook Marketplace. Like,
yeah,
if someone has hearted, hey, will you be here?
That means like,
that
yes,
means I'll be there.
Yeah.
Like, I have that.
Yeah.
That is a confirmed response.
Right. So Claire went to cross the state line today because we finally pulled the trigger on one on Facebook Marketplace. After I spent my morning going to 3 different places looking for an assembled bookshelf. I didn't give a shit what it looked like. I just wanted an assembled bookshelf.
I love how it also escalates. It escalates from something that is like just to perfection,
right?
And then it goes to
I really like the bookshelf idea, and she was like, no, we're not having a bookshelf.
I just had in my mind what I wanted. Like really wanted. I would have bought a piece of plywood and screwed the shoes into the wall. Like that's what I. But I knew we had said that we weren't going to damage them,
right?
Yeah, like she was like, we have ones that we don't mind. And we were like, no, because we had this slat wall idea, but. Yeah.
It's just funny how the standard like slowly like decreases, because it was like
I fought the
a full blown with the
slat wall,
with
acrylic
the slat wall, and then it went to I want one that's already assembled, like pre-assembled, and then it went to I'll fucking build it if I have to, like I will get from Target and put it together myself. I'll IKEA the shit out of it, and it didn't.
And then luckily, like somebody finally answered on Marketplace, and Claire was out and picked it up. I'm going to be honest, this one still burns a little bit. I had a vision that I never got to see come to life, and it worked out fine. But I guess the lesson is either give yourself more time or be willing to flex. Allie, during that time, what were you doing?
Steaming.
Actually, no.
Steaming
we ran
tablecloths
so
that we
many
didn't
errands.
use.
We ran so many errands that had left us at a standstill here.
Yeah.
That you like didn't have a lot to. You were like waiting on us to get back.
I was looking for things to do.
Yeah.
Because we had like one set of swag bags that still needed to be put together, and I was waiting on containers to put them in.
Yeah.
And then I needed scissors to finish the coffee bar. And then,
like I had all the things.
Yeah.
I even
asked you like, can you come back and like drop a set off so I can keep going?
But I had left that morning with intentions of only doing one of the errands and coming back. But my mom was like, Cash, you're already going to be out. Like, just get it done. And then the next thing I knew, I had done all the errands.
Yeah.
And was gone for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we get back, and let's talk about the weather today. Yesterday was so nice. Today was so beautiful, but it was so freaking hot. And I was afraid I was going to get a sunburn. Like, it was so hot. Allie stepped out on the AstroTurf in the courtyard and
barefoot.
Nearly burnt her feet off. Like, it hurt. Okay, so this is an unexpected lesson, but one that I did not learn because I continued to walk without shoes on during like setups and breakdowns, and broke some glass on the ground and got glass on my feet. So I did not learn from Allie's burnt feet. I just continued on with the trend. Yeah, so that was an interesting, and that's all like before 2:00. Like we did all that because we stayed up until like 2 a.m. last night.
Yeah,
and then we were like, okay, we're gonna get up at 7:30. I could not sleep. I woke up. Well, why couldn't I sleep? Maybe because Claire's ass
was a little overzealous with
the alarm clock.
You intentionally set that? That wasn't just like left over from like your regular life?
I set like 3. No.
Oh,
but I set like 3 of them. It wasn't snoozing. Like I set like 3.
Oh, so
because I was so tired, I was like, I'm not going to wake up.
Yeah, you were right. You were right.
But yeah, you were going to wake up, but there were 2 other people that could have helped you with that. Like,
that's also true.
Alarm. Like,
that's also true.
So her alarm goes off, and Claire refused to sleep in a bed. Like, she and I were supposed to share a bed, and instead she just slept on 2 beanbags pushed together. It's a long story. But her alarm went off this morning, and she was snoozing so hard that I had to shake her and be like, your alarm is going off. And in true Claire fashion, she immediately stood up and goes, I'm so sorry, you guys. And I just immediately apologized and then went back to sleep. Okay, so let's get to like the experience of the attendees and like what that felt like. So my mom is here as our bartender, and her friend Fawn is here as like a do anything girl. Like she'll
everything else.
Yeah, she'll help us with whatever. So they were at the check-in table with their instructions to give clipboards out. We had clipboards that had all the itineraries, all the paperwork, a QR code to a directory of every attendee and speaker here, name tags, all the important stuff, and then they got a glass of champagne upon arrival. I thought that worked out great.
Yeah.
We also had a map that we will use at each event where you drop a pin from on where you live. So, and then we had our ESC backdrop for like a photo op. I will say that was in full sun. Nobody took pictures on it until the sun went down. Like,
also, I think people were just tired from traveling, so they were like,
that was something I did not anticipate, which was like such a silly oversight. But you and I were like ready.
We were adrenaline rushing.
And people showed up in like sweats and messy buns because they were like straight from a 6-hour car ride or a plane ride.
And I would have been the exact same way.
I would have been the exact same way, but I did not think that, which we did the right thing. Like, the alternative, we shouldn't have looked like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't have shown up in our sweatpants. Like, that wouldn't have made sense. But I just expected, they were all enthusiastic, but they were all very tired.
Yeah. And they like that. I thought people were going to be mingling in between when they arrived and when we were about to have the venue tour 2.5 hours later. But it was mostly like people showering and getting ready and napping. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very quiet. It was much quieter than I anticipated. I thought we were going to have to be like hosting during that time. And we really didn't have to. There was nobody around.
So we felt kind of lazy and aimless.
Yeah, we were kind of like...
Well, it's nice that you guys had like a buffer. Like,
it was nice.
Time.
Yeah.
They had time to rest. Or else that might have been like a little...
stressful, for sure.
Yeah. If they rolled straight into like, bam, bam, bam.
Right. It gave us
Exhausting.
time to... like, I caught Fawn up on like what the expectations for the whole day were. I, looped my mom back in to just like double check to make sure like the bar was good. Oh, speaking of the bar... the night before, so last night, we are doing a full overview of the entire conference to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And my mom and I own a mobile bartending business, so that's the bar that's here. And we are talking about the logistics of like serving. And I made an assumption that we have inventory of cups. And I had made the assumption that she brought the cups, and then we find out at like midnight.
Because when you say bring the bar,
when I say bring the bar, I meant like the whole kit and caboodle, and like everything.
Yes.
And she literally just brought the bar, so we had no cups, and we found out at 10 o'clock or later.
No, midnight.
No,
midnight.
Later, yeah.
The night before the event. So that was another errand that I had to run this morning, was to go get cups, so we had cups for the bar.
I remember it was so late because we all just almost got hysterical. Like, we're just laughing because it was
we were finishing our ramen at 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, yeah.
And having that conversation.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, Kassie, we had this conversation. You verified with me that your mom was bringing the cups, and she was like, yeah, I thought she was.
Yeah, like it wasn't an over, like it was just a huge miscommunication between my mom and I. Like, it wasn't anything. It was just so funny. So what's the lesson here? The lesson is to over communicate. We had made packing lists for each person that was coming into town, and I put bar supplies, and I just should have itemized every single thing, but it was fine. I'm just glad we found out the night before. I want to take a moment and talk to you about Dubsado, an incredible all-in-one business management platform designed to help you streamline your processes, elevate your client experience, and save time on the tasks that matter the most. Dubsado offers a wide range of features, including client relation management, project tackling, invoicing, and so much more. It's the perfect tool to help you grow and manage your business with ease. And because we love Dubsado and our listeners so much, we have a special offer just for you. Use code CassieLane at checkout to get 20% off your first month or year with Dubsado. That's right. You're going to get 20% off when you sign up and you use the code CassieLane. That's KassieLayne. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to simplify your business and focus on what truly matters. Visit Dubsado.com, DUBSADO.com, and use code CassieLane today. Now, let's get back to the conversation. So after the break, we did a venue tour because this venue is so cool. The Bungalow has been like, it's the perfect fit. Mm-hmm. Like, I have no regrets. I don't have any, like, our intense search for a venue paid off. Like, this is exactly where we should have hosted.
Yeah.
So we wanted them to be able to see each suite is like so unique, and really, really cool. So we wanted them to see not only like where certain things were going to be hosted, but just like experience the venue as a whole. And it paid off. I loved Allie and I, when they were checking in too, got to walk them into their rooms, and just the excitement and like, this is so cool and I'm never leaving. Like, there were just a lot of comments like that I freaking loved. It was so fulfilling and it was so cool.
And I think one of the most thoughtful parts was, they were coming off of that travel, and they had waters and the LaCroix in their fridges and the snacks.
We stocked all. So every room has a kitchenette. And we stocked it. Well, I didn't stock. Claire and Allie stocked everything with snacks and drinks and fruit. So they had all of that waiting, and then we had a little bag on their beds that had toiletries, and they got a chocolate bar, and it's a greeting card, and Allie had a handwritten notes to each of the attendees and speakers, welcoming them to the event. So,
and we got a lot of
encouragement that we got from every single person that was at the ESC Conference. Saying it felt incredible, and
we keep hearing the details, which is something that
it was amazing.
We knew was going to differentiate us if we did it well.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't even know
it's impactful.
I don't even know if Claire knows this, but we had ideas that I just didn't feel like were us. I felt like we were getting tired, and Allie and I reevaluated all of the gifting, just recently,
within the last month,
because we were cutting close on delivery times because it was so close to the event. We changed everything, our merch, everything changed. Because what we had intended to do just felt really generic. It felt so far away from our values and our goals for the conference. So I'm really glad we did that because I think it paid off.
Yeah. We are very excited that we sold a t-shirt today.
Oh my gosh, I started crying. We sold a t-shirt, which was so cool. The best $24.95 that I've ever seen in a Venmo account. Then what?
Then the venue tour.
Yeah, so we did the venue tour. Everybody was super excited. And then we ended at dinner. So I want to let Claire talk about dinner.
I don't want to talk about dinner.
So
it feels very much like I had one job, and
you feel like that was on you?
First off, I am just annoyed because it was supposed to be it was supposed to run smoother, and it shouldn't have needed as many hands, but we ended up needing as many hands because it became a 14-step process almost, because we ordered stuff, but there was a meal, but it would be found in 3 different
containers,
styrofoam containers.
And for to paint the picture, this was the only meal that we had them choose what they wanted to eat. So they had an option of 5, which in my mind, and they were bento boxes, so is how they were advertised. So in my mind, I imagined a bento box coming that's separated and it has everything as separation. In reality, what came was styrofoam after styrofoam after styrofoam container,
and you had to build your own bento box because
you couldn't tell
part
what
of it was
what.
in one, and then you had to look through the other
one
parts.
Meal was in 3 different styrofoam things.
It wasn't just open up the container, plate it,
right? Which is what we anticipated.
No, it was
Listening to this back and after really hashing this out, because spoiler alert, food will become our arch nemesis for the duration of the conference. But we would have just bought cute little bento boxes had we known they weren't going to be delivered that way. So we'll talk more on that later.
Thank God, Allie was the face of the event, because it would have been weird if we were all gone.
Yeah,
because it was a long period of time.
Yeah. So the venue tour was at 6:30. We started maybe 5 minutes late, 6:35, just waiting for people to trickle in. And then the venue tour took, I want to say, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we ended right around 7, maybe 7:10. And I remember coming up, it was 7:17. I was starting to watch the clock because I knew that 7 o'clock was dinner time. And multiple people had come and were like, wait, do we get dinner tonight? Or they had asked me that. And I was like, yeah, it should be served at 7. And so I had confirmed it with them prior to the food even arriving. Yeah. And then I came up and, we had no way of knowing.
Yeah.
And so at 7:17, I walked upstairs and I was like, how much time do we need to buy? And Claire said, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of watching the clock. I was actually in a conversation with Abby, the photographer. She is attending but also helping us document the event. And Morgan, I believe. And I just remember like kind of checking my phone, almost feeling like a little bit inconsiderate to see what time it was. And I think it was 7:29 when you guys brought it down.
So it was almost exactly 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were,
and like, it's just funny that we like, you know, we're spending 4 days with everybody that's here. And I was like, the 12 minutes was like, felt like forever.
I mean, I came upstairs.
And Kassie came down and was like, okay, or she called me and was like,
yeah,
you can be seated now. And so I kind of made a joke of it, like down there as I was telling people to sit down, and I was like, I just got a call from above that we can now be seated for dinner.
Yeah, so I came upstairs and I just saw like stacks of styrofoam containers, and Claire just like frenzy. It was like all around the kitchen, and I was like, what's happening? And she was like, it's just everywhere. Like everything is everywhere. And so I had two phones. One phone said what people ordered, and then the other phone said what was included. So like if they ordered Bento Box B, what was in Bento Box B. And Claire laid all the plates out, so we'd have like 9 of this. Listen, I know we're dwelling, but I cannot describe how stressful this was. And it was such an intense, like 30 minutes of sorting this out. Do not recommend, and this will be fixed for next time.
Proved to just be
it was way too difficult. Like we're not chefs. We don't order, like we don't run a line kitchen.
Yeah,
you know, like it's just not like
exactly.
I mean, if it was a regular bento box and you just had to replate, that's one thing.
It wasn't
exactly. That would have been too easy. Or if it was
like, you could have done that by yourself.
Right. Exactly.
Another thing that they did is that each meal came with a side of rice, but they put 2 sides of rice in one and then no rice in another. So the impression would be like this meal doesn't come with rice.
Honestly, that just sounds more difficult for them to keep track of.
I know.
I don't know how they did it. I don't know the rationale behind it. I don't know anything. Like it didn't make any sense.
It's so funny because we ordered off of a catering app, and that company had so many rave reviews.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. If they had done it in like you know how in catering, if you're buffet style and they just do the big things. If we had done that too, we could have just like scooped and done it. But they made it, I don't understand the rationale at all. Like it was
they literally could not.
You think that harder?
So that was happening, and I will say, so Claire, when we spoiler alert, we went to the bourbon bar after with all the attendees. One of our attendees was like, you guys are like so calm and collected, like everything is running so smoothly. She was like, I'm so impressed. And she like raved about like how smoothly everything is going. She did, didn't she?
She did.
And she was like so serious. She was like, this is amazing. And I was like, well, just to be clear, because I feel like we're sick of the smoke and mirrors, like everything hasn't been smoothly, but like we're holding it down.
It's a fucking rat race behind the curtain.
I was like,
don't peek.
Right, exactly.
Don't peek.
Precisely. Don't peek.
I was like, we have a good team. And we're making it work.
Yeah.
And I was like,
before we even came here, I told you, I was like, it is nice because I know that between you, me, Allie, your mom, like
and now Fawn,
we can solve anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just,
and there's no like
solutions.
Probably like the most tension comes from me and my mom, and it's just like mom-daughter stuff. Like it's not, like it's not even tension, but I'll just be like, all right, mom, I got
and
it.
like, but like it faces no one. Like we just continue.
We just like we charge forward. Yeah. And it's been nice, like for Allie especially, to like get to know my mom too, and like know her strengths and be like, oh, like let's, for example, like putting her at the check-in table because like she's a really good like people person and talker, and just like making that decision was just a really good move, like having them there. I love my mom. Let's just put that out on the record. Love you, mom. And then so after dinner we had the bar opened up.
Nope. Cocktail graffiti.
That's right. Yeah, the bar opened up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And we had 2 of our bar cocktails. We named our drinks The Great Escape and Blank Space because our tagline is Escape the Blank.
I will say that I wish we had like given a little bit more explanation and made that more of a point of what the titles were and why they were the titles.
Yeah. I think The Great Escape was self-explanatory.
Did you just release them to the bar? Or?
So the bar sign, by the way...
Still not here?
Tomorrow is the delivery date.
Oh,
so Mark...
It was overnighted?
It was overnighted and it still took 3 days.
For 130 doll hairs?
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't call this out that night, but did she just say doll hairs? What was that?
So
3 day from Virginia to Kentucky.
yeah, so
We could have driven it here.
I know.
Claire, can you go get that?
I ordered a bar sign for the bar, and all custom names that would have been like displayed, and
It wasn't
QR
Great
code.
Escape, was it?
Yeah, it has the drinks just for this.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
because they're little
I thought it
metal
was-
plaques that can. So I was thinking
I
for
see,
every
yeah.
special event, we'll like get their specialty plaque. So I had all the plaques for this
I didn't even
event.
realize that. I thought it was said Tangy Temptress and
No,
like your regular
we had those,
cocktail names.
but then we had the specialty ones too. So it made it to the house the day I left, and my husband overnighted it here the next morning, and he couldn't get in touch with me, so he just sent it for $130, and that was Saturday, and it's not going to be delivered until tomorrow till Tuesday.
Who did it get sent for?
And we had an Amazon package delivered today, and they left it and it got stolen.
Okay, I have to address this. It did not get stolen. We found out later that it got delivered to the bar. We just didn't get notified for like a full day. So package from Amazon did not get stolen. Thankfully, the bar scooped it up for us, which I'm super grateful for.
We had the cocktails, and our icebreaker for tonight was cocktail graffiti, which are like sugar sheets that sit on the top of your cocktail. And we did entrepreneur truth or dare. Oversight was that we did not shuffle the graphics, so we had 10 of each, and the first 10 people got the same prompt.
I feel like, was your mom
Did it
reading
take
them?
10 people?
No,
for
my mom was like
Slinging
the drinks because
Yeah.
they're like a line formed, and she was just like picking up like whatever, and I was so curious, like what'd you get, and we all got the same thing.
Talk about a conversation starter.
And it was recorded video,
It's like an
so it was like
icebreaker
the
with one
one
ice cube.
like 10 people got
Record a video with your piece of
and it was
business
like
advice.
and it was the hardest one to do, like
Yeah.
to like naturally do in a networking space.
Right, but we still had attendees. Shout out to Danielle Throckmorton and Angelica Pompey.
Yeah,
They
both
did it.
in the phone booth.
No.
Yeah, they did.
Cassie
Oh, yeah, I
almost started
see
crying
that.
again.
I can't stop crying. It's a lot. It's a lot. This is so overwhelming. This is the biggest thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Well, if it's the biggest thing you've ever done, it's the biggest thing I've ever done.
it's the biggest thing I've
Although-
ever done that's this thoughtful. Like it.
Oh yeah.
Like I did the styled shoot, but this is a whole different ballgame. Like this has like, I think I'm emotional because I feel the impact it's making. I feel the potential of
Literally
this.
before.
And you've been on the other side.
Yeah.
Of like wanting that, and now you're giving it to other people.
Yeah.
And the passion of that is just, on another level.
I mean, we are recapping night one, which was simply a venue tour and dinner.
Right. Yeah.
And
like
we
this-
have witnessed or overheard, I can think of 4 off the top of my head, of connections and conversations that were being made that's going to impact somebody's business.
I mean, we walked
already.
in, so like people were trickling in. We had a big group come right at check-in, and then things trickled in. And we walked in to when Brittany got here, and to show her where her room was, and we had a speaker and attendee sitting in one of their bedrooms talking about like Facebook ads and marketing. Like they were already
And it wasn't
connecting.
even to the venue tour yet. They were just chilling.
They were just hanging out, and they were talking about like pivots in their business and stuff, which was so cool.
You guys, I'm still not over this. I am still not over what that felt like, and I will be chasing that feeling until the end of time.
Yeah, and just the conversation, like I did a lot of like just observation. It was cool to just like,
I noticed that every time I looked at you, you were just like scanning.
I was just like watching. It was really cool.
and I was just in it.
Because like I think it would have been really easy to be a flop. Like it could have been really easy for like nobody to get along, and that did not happen. I mean, it was so organic. It was like everybody knew everybody. Like
I multiple times asked, like, do you guys know each other? And they're like, nope, we just met.
yeah, like everybody came like so receptive to just like hang out and like learn about each other.
I
and
think
like
that's a testament to you guys. I think you laid the foundation, and the vibe and the community, and it attracted those people.
You guys, could my best friend be any nicer to us? Like, talk about making me, like, listening to this back and making me want to cry again. Here it comes. It was really cool to
and
just, like, see it happen.
Here, and everyone, it felt like a community.
Immediately.
The second everyone walked in.
I mean, that's incredible. Like, we should be really proud of ourselves for that. Like, that.
Because I think we've also been to events or parties or conferences or whatever, like where it's like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't work out.
So it was just cool, like, that it was very, very clear that our intentions and, like, our messaging brought the right people.
Yeah.
Like, I felt that, and that's why I just watching it, like, I was happy just, like, seeing, because there was nobody that, like, I felt like I had to nurture that, like, felt left out. You know, like, so there was nobody on the outside of the crowd, which I thought was so cool.
And we have different personalities. Like, it's
like,
not
everybody's
like...
so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to address the fact that you tried to make me cry in the welcome speech.
Did I try?
Yes,
or
you
did
tried.
I achieve?
All of the above. But it was a pointed effort.
No, it wasn't a pointed... My intention originally wasn't to make you cry, but I wanted it to be... I wanted the attendees to understand how important I felt the community behind all of this was. Mm-hmm. And this morning, when I was running my errands, I had 15 minutes before a store opened, and I told Claire, I was like, I have a general idea of what I want to write, but I had 15 minutes, and I was like, I'm gonna write it right now. And I wrote one draft. I did not edit that. That was my first.
I didn't edit mine either.
Yeah, I just wrote it, and I cried in the parking lot as I waited for the store to open, and I was like, I'm done here. Like, this is perfect. And I was like, check. And then I sobbed my face off as I read it to everybody, and I read straight from my phone because I wouldn't have been able to get through it otherwise. I barely got through it anyway. Okay, because I mean what I say and I say what I mean, I really stand by the community that we've created. So I am going to read a snippet from my welcome speech, just so you understand what we're talking about here. And this time, I'm not going to cry. 7 years ago, I started my business in the backyard of my house, and my neighbor would come over and help me style a little playhouse for my family mini sessions. Then 5 years ago, I decided to take on wedding photography and fell in love. I immediately took a deep dive into education while desperately seeking a community. I was a military spouse with a husband who was deployed all the time and a new mom to a little girl. I joined every networking group, attending every social, and one day I went to a stranger's house to discuss a photography course that everyone there was in. I nervously chatted, was served white chicken chili, and left not really sure if I'd made any friends or not. That course came and went. We moved multiple times, and the next 5 years flew by with lots of business pivots and trips, and then, unsuspectedly, that neighbor who set up my mini sessions and that woman who served me white chicken chili in her home are both standing with me as I stand here at a welcome party of a conference we created together and are so freaking proud of. And those two people were Claire and Allie. Outside of our businesses, we are friends and allies. These two have been with me through babies being born, shifts in my business, a cancer diagnosis, and so much more. They are my people, and I encourage you to come into the next few days with eager minds and open hearts. Your community is everything, and we're here to help you build it while simultaneously helping you grow your business. Okay, now let's get back to it.
But I think people related to that. Like, they felt the heart.
I don't even know what people look like because I couldn't look up. Like, I don't know. They could have been like, they could have walked away and I wouldn't have known.
They didn't.
I know, but they could have.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
like at the very end, I looked over and Allie was tears down her face.
I mean, I wasn't sobbing.
No, you were sobbing, but you don't cry. Like, seeing tears on your face.
It was a stiff upper lip, but the tears were flowing. Like,
right.
When you walked by me afterwards, when we were going on the tour,
I saw the lines. Yes.
Yep, because she got makeup done, and
yeah.
I was like,
did it streak the whole night?
No,
it like cleared itself up. But when it was fresh,
I knew tears had fallen. I could tell. Knowing that you weren't a crier, I was like, I nailed it.
Got her.
And the best thing about it was Kassie and I did not tell each other beforehand what we were going to say.
And we didn't overlap.
And we didn't overlap at all.
Because that's who we're different in that way. And and neither one of them was generic.
No.
Or like unthoughtful.
I did say we were trying to figure out who was going to go first and who was going to go second because we didn't know what the other one was going to say and we wanted it to like logically make sense. And I said, but I have to tell you my last line. And my last line was, I not only want to welcome you to the Escape Conference, I want to welcome you to the Escape family. And when I told Kassie that was my final line, she was like, that's it.
I was like, save the line. After I get done talking, you do your final line. Like, it'll be perfect.
And so I went first and I talked about our mission and our values and how we were doing our best to lay a solid foundation for the future so that we could continue to come back year after year. And then Kassie talked about how the friendships that she had made. Someone asked me if I was white chicken chili. Like, if that is who, that is me. Hi, I'm white chicken chili.
And the funniest thing is that when I was telling Claire on the drive from the farm here, I had said, like, I think Allie should go first because she's going to talk more about, like, the conference and, like, how that's going to, and the goal. I was like, I was like, that's her vibe. And that should be first. And so it was funny that you were like, well, I'm going to talk about missions values. I was like, yep, you're going first.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I kind of predicted that. Okay, I have another favorite part. So we do the cocktail networking. Everybody's still sitting at the tables. They're just chatting. I call last call for the bar. Nobody moves. Everybody's just, like, so into their conversation. Not a person got up from the table. Like, my mom noted that I was the one that drank the most tonight because I was at the bar the most. But, like, everybody was
You were just checking on her.
Yeah, everybody was so invested in their conversations that they were not interested in moving. And then, like, I forced everybody to go to the bourbon bar because, A, I just needed, like, things needed to wrap up. Like, we had to move things along, A. But B, I think they would have gotten hailed on. Like, they would have still been sitting there. Like,
yeah, 12:20.
Yeah. So, it was just, again, it was another observation of just, like, oh, people don't want to leave. Like, they're really enjoying themselves. Like, they're really, like, into these conversations. So, anyway, I forced everybody to go to the bourbon bar, which was another really good decision overall. Like, I loved that. Like, it was a whole different...
So, flashback to the night that we picked up Claire from the airport, which was Friday night.
Yeah.
Kassie and I visited Neat, the bourbon bar that is connected to the venue. We have our own speakeasy door, which is a really cool feature. And we both got a cocktail, and we're sitting there in it's sort of a private room-ish.
And we're both really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, in 2 days...
Like, this room's going to be full.
This room's going to be full with all the people that we brought together.
Yeah.
And
then we saw it happen tonight. And it was full. And people were, like, chummy and, like, relaxed. I mean, a couple people were even like, it's so nice in here. Like, this is amazing. Like, they were just like, relaxed.
It was down to, like, them being in awe of, like, the light fixtures.
Yeah.
Like, it was like they were noticing the small details.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it was perfect.
Oh, we didn't even so so the bourbon bar was great. Like, that was when Allie, I noticed you caught me just, like, soaking it in.
Yeah.
And you and I got to, like, chat for a second and, like, give a little cheers, and that was really nice. Claire, like, because she's Claire, caught it in a picture, which I think should be, like, framed in our house somewhere. Like,
honestly, so
there's, like, the crowds all around us.
Photo of And, like, what's funny is you can almost, what you were talking about the other night when you were there by yourselves, you can almost I took a picture where everyone was there. It was the dream realized when everyone's there, but if you took everyone out, it brought you back to 2 days prior.
Yeah, it was just us.
And it was just you two
so
looking
symbolic.
at each other.
Yeah. So, that was really cool. But we didn't even talk. So, this is, like, the most chaotic podcast episode, but I love it. At dinner.
First off, this is always chaos.
Yeah, this is how we, like, this is just normal.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But we, the swag, we didn't talk about what they got at dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So they had all the stuff in their room upon check-in, and then they got work from anywhere kits from Pinch Provisions, and then they got greeting cards with, like, influential women.
Who wear glasses?
Yeah, who wear glasses. From
Gleam Eyewear.
Yeah, thank you.
Blue light glasses for boss babes. Check them out.
Yeah, so those were waiting on them at their table as a place setting. So that was really cool too. So so far so good, you guys.
And well, Kassie mentioned that it's going to be something that we totally not expected that the attendees are going to like latch onto and say that this is the best thing ever. It's going to be something that was like a last minute detail or something we kind of overlooked or didn't think much of. And it's funny that she said that. I haven't seen it. I don't know what that thing is yet. Mm-hmm. But it's so funny that we were so focused on like that work from anywhere kit. Like we toiled over that decision.
We spent more money. Like that's one of our most expensive gifts for the whole conference.
Yeah. And we didn't get much feedback.
Fucking crickets.
And by much, I mean none.
Yeah. I almost wonder, like, maybe that's
no one opened them.
I think maybe that should have been in the room too. Like we should have just done all of the things in the room because that had like a charger in it. And like, I just don't know that it had a dinner impact. I think that may have been an oversight on our part. Like it did make sense to us, but I don't know that it read right to the crowd.
Maybe we'll learn in the morning.
Okay, so we have obviously had more time to reflect on this piece, and we've also gotten some after action surveys back, and the overall consensus is that we overgifted. We knew we overgifted, but I think that re-listening to this, we probably could have done without this altogether.
Oh, like see
they went back and opened it.
Yeah, because it seemed like it got like put aside.
Yeah, like I did. I think I would have put it aside.
I think so too. Right,
yeah.
like
and gone through it in your room
because a work from anywhere kit, like it has like a charger and it has pins, like it has things to have in your space or like in your office. Mm-hmm. You know, even maybe had done better at the conference, like day 2.
Oh, fair.
You know, yeah. Like I think
we should have switched that and then
I think that may have been bad placement.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it was funny. Like we didn't hear anything. We had one speaker say that she wanted the note cards. But still, one of them opened it and they were like, oh, yeah. And then I like watched them put it aside. Like it was not
open the whole thing.
Yeah, they like looked through it and it was just. I was sitting there and they weren't just like, this is great. They were just like, and then it like set it beside them. Like it just did not.
Did you see the?
I was like, it is women. I was like, it is a cord. The charging.
Thank you.
I was like, it's women owned and operated. Like I was like trying to sell.
You're trying to pitch it. Yeah.
I caught myself selling it, and I was like, it's fine. Like it's fine.
Win some, you lose some.
Yeah. One person did recognize that this is the same company that does it for brides. They were like, oh, isn't this the company's the bride emergency kits?
Oh, yes, in fact it is.
It is. So, yeah, you're right. We haven't found the one that they're going to keep talking about, but we've definitely found the one they're not going to talk about.
But that's just so funny that we thought that was going to be like, knock it out of the park.
Oh, that was your non-negotiable. You were like, we are getting these. like,
don't you put it on me?
No, but I was like, I fully supported it. I was like, these are going to be great. Like,
I wonder if the speakers are going to be, because I don't think that any of the speakers open their gifts either. I wonder what their reactions are going to be to their gifts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, tonight, like,
it's a lot of delayed gratification. Maybe they were just having that good of conversation. They didn't want to like.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay,
that sounds great.
Sure.
Okay, so it's 1:22. Yoga starts at 7.
Yoga.
So we should go to bed.
Okay.
That's night 1.
That's a wrap.
I know we thanked Haylee for suggesting that we do these nightly recaps, and I just want to reiterate that listening back to this, no regrets. I'm so glad that we did this. I hope that if you're planning a conference, or even if you're at the conference and you get a little peek behind the curtain, that you gain clarity, you gain some insight, and you learn to do some of the things differently, like AKA the catering. We will talk more on that later, I promise. So thanks for being here. And we will be back with part 2.
As my son would say, did it! You just completed another episode of the Allie Ray Haney Show. If you found this helpful, please rate, review, and subscribe to help others find this show and so you never miss an episode. Take a look at the show notes for all the resources mentioned in today's episode. Let's continue the conversation over in my private Facebook group, the Allie Ray Haney Show Insiders. See you next Wednesday, and as always, I'm here cheering you on as you build your dream brand and business.